Once again, I'm speaking with Mikal Toma of the Mars Survival Mission. And today we are going to discuss the housing that the volunteers will be staying in. First of all, hello Mikal, how are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Let's talk about these houses the volunteers will be staying in.
Pods. We prefer to call them pods.
Well, be that as it may, do you find these pods to be adequate living conditions?
Well, they're only the living quarters. You don't go to Mars for the living conditions just as much as you don't go to France for the hotel.
Well, I disagree. I think many, if not all, travelers explore the best option.
Well, unfortunately, Miss Thompson, we aren't all so lucky to have the paycheck of a TV personality.
First of all, this is not about my pay. It's about adequate living conditions. You expect me to volunteer to live on an uninhabited planet, share quarters that are smaller than most inmates would, and expect me to have a roommate?
If you don't like the living conditions, then don't volunteer. It's simple. Look, Morgan, we've spoken before, and we don't always see eye to eye. But I did not come on this program to be attacked.
There's no attack. I'm just saying that we get into a frenzy when we lock animals in a zoo, yet we expect these humans to live in pods?
Well, it's a start. I will say it's a start. There will be resources and the possibility of expansion.
Larger pods?
Possibly.
What do you mean by possibly?
I mean, it's up to the inhabitants. If they wish to live in a larger pod, they may certainly do so. If they want to build a Walmart, they may do so. Sky's the limit.
A Walmart?
If they so choose. Look, Morgan, if people don't want to live in these pods, then we will not force them to. But if they do truly want to live on Mars, then these are the best accommodations that we can provide at this time. The contractors who built the pods have assured me that they are perfectly suited for humans to live in. Not to mention as well that given their size, you won't need to worry about, let's say, needing a space for a dog to roam around, as pets aren't allowed. And of course, if a human wishes to explore the planet's surface, we will provide them with a spacesuit so that they can wander about freely.
And how will they get around on the planet?
We are currently in the designing stages of a craft that to transport people across the surface. Like cars on Earth, but without wheels.
You're designing hovercrafts?
That's the end plan, yes.
If it weren't for these tiny pods, you may persuade me into going.
You are so hung up on these pods. This expedition is about more than just the living quarters.
I know, and I understand that, but you have to see from my point of view. I see a small pod and think of someone living in it for the rest of their lives, and I get concerned, as most people would be.
There is nothing to be concerned about.
I guess for now, I'll have to take your word for it. Mikal, always a pleasure.
Thank you, Morgan. As always, the pleasure is mine.